Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. Well, welcome, Scorpio. It's so nice to be here with you. It's so nice to feel you after all of these long days. I know. My schedule has just been all over the place. So I thank you for putting up with me and coming back. If you are coming back, if you are new to the channel, welcome. We're going to, if you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, it helps the channel a lot. Those of you who have any knowing of me know I don't like having to do all that spiel stuff. I just want to be here. I want to do the reading. I want to ramble. I want to have a good time. I want to cry a little bit, So here we are. So we start with the energy of the Hierophant, the High Priest. This is a dude that, has the ultimate library, right? This is the dude that knows all the sacred words and how to say them, and what are the planetary affiliations to the hours today? How are those going to be laid out? This is a person that's dug in. This is a person that they have their convictions, they have their virtues, they're very, very well acquainted with that interior temple, right? They've gotten to that higher work. But they can also be, and this is what happens with some people, people that are kind of pushy about their beliefs. We don't just see this in religion or spirituality, but politics, diets, ethics, philosophy, art movements, music, whatever it is, sports teams. When you see a true zealot. And I'm not saying the Hierophant is a zealot, but, that's the shadow side of it. This is somebody who is so knowing that they are right, that they're the one true path, or they're on the one true path. And if you don't get in line with that, then deuces, buddy. We out of here, right? Well, I don't know. That can be the side of it that gets to be a little much. And we all have these people in our lives. We've all had them in some capacity. Sometimes we've been these people. Let's just be real. Listen, Scorpio, I am a Virgo. I always say Virgo and Scorpio are twins. Absolutely. Nobody else agrees with me, really, but I think it's true. Scorpio, us Virgos have all the same stuff. We have all the same tricks. We have all the same kind of, driving forces. We pop off just about the same. We don't get the same guff that you do. But it's because you guys are cooler. Sorry, Virgos, if you're listening. I love you. We are amazing. You know that. If you're a Virgo, we'll let it be known. You're not going to get away from us without us telling you, oh yeah, I'm a Virgo. But a Scorpio, you're just so cool. I mean, you look good, you dress well, and people pay attention to you. So they do. They see when you maybe act up a little bit, right? But I'm not saying that you are this person, but I do feel like there's an energy here. There's almost kind of this sense of, almost I kind of feel like it's like how these kids must feel going back to school right now. If you're in, the Western world or the Northern Hemisphere, I don't know what's going on in the rest of the world. I know what happens in America, right? Where all the kids are going back to school. Thank goodness. But that feeling of the first day back, right? Now it's fun, it's exciting, but it's also scary. It also can be very, nerve-wracking. And so I feel like there's this feeling of potential, but there's also this feeling of almost kind of like, okay, now I have to get back to conforming to the system enough so I can get through it without having, any kind of, problems. So this almost reminds me of like you're going back and visiting somebody, or, like maybe you come from a family that was very immersed in a religious system or some kind of community or something, and you didn't really necessarily gain as much from it as they did. But when you go back, you're like willing to, speak the language, kind of bite your tongue where you feel like it, just to kind of smooth things through. And listen, I have no judgment about this. I'm totally a person that will just stand and listen. I don't care how much I don't like what I'm hearing, or, I don't agree or whatever. I want people to this is the weird thing about the world right now. People want to shut off everything they don't like to hear. They don't want to hear if somebody has something terrible to say about some other people or this or that. I want to hear it. You know why I want to hear it? Because I want you to show me who you are. Show me who you are. I will know to stay away from you, right? I don't want people hiding how they feel about stuff. Now I don't want any kind of mistreatments, of course, and that's where it gets hard. But I am definitely for people saying how they feel, what they think, all of that. Because, you know what? A lot of times, it's really, we've misinterpreted things. All right, here we go. I'm going to get off my little ramble. Okay, so we have a person right here. You can see the head. You can see that they're pointing. Now, to me, it almost feels like we have snakes. We have a person who looks like they are at an altar. Now, up here, to me, I feel immediately the feeling of the Ace of Cups. Now, it looks more kind of like a bowl, and it has the number 7 on it. We also have the number 7 next to it. We have the number 60 over here. So, to me, this feels like a call to your valor in a way, even though I know valor is not necessarily related to the 7 of Cups or and I just... It feels to me almost as if you have entered a companionship, a friendship, a relationship, and there is the sense of them telling you or displaying to you matching interests, priorities, virtues, beliefs. I feel like this is a person that really put it on thick. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you match on all levels, right? And here, I feel that you are coming to a point where you're starting to see the uncanniness of it. And this is what happens when you have somebody who, for whatever reason, I mean, there are a lot of different reasons somebody would be maybe mirroring you. And what is mirroring? It's when they kind of mimic your speech patterns, your behaviors, even the way that you move. We do this subconsciously because when you are talking to somebody who is mirroring you, it makes you feel safe. It makes it feel familiar. It makes it feel like this is a person I can really open up to. This is a person that I can communicate with. It's also, for the person mirroring, sometimes just like a defense mechanism. They don't know what to do in a conversation. It just, sometimes when communing doesn't come naturally, or being, being vulnerable, exposing yourself, your true self. We mirror. We all do it. I mean, it's not just a certain kind of person. Sometimes though, right, somebody heavily relies on something like this. And they will mimic you. They will be a chameleon. And there's nothing really wrong with any of these things. But at some point, it can start to feel uncanny, right? And what does that mean? Kind of weird, off. Like you're like, there's something about this person, And I think it's almost kind of like to a point here where I feel that there is at least a fondness for this person. I feel like you have some kind of an established relationship or friendship or whatever it is. More than an acquaintance, for sure. But what I feel is that you're starting to realize that you might not really even know this person. I mean, really know them. Know who they are beneath it all. Because everything they do is kind of a performance. They are never themselves. They are just some version of something else that they have been around. Oftentimes, because for whatever reason, maybe you are in a relationship, maybe you are best friends, maybe you work next to each other. They are drawn to you and you are around them quite a bit, which can also be kind of blinding when you start to realize like, oh my gosh, I don't think I know this person at all. And it's not that you haven't asked them. I mean, listen, Scorpio, you might be kind of self-involved. Okay, that's fine. But you're not to the point where you never ask about somebody, right? We all have people like that in our lives too, that just never even begin to, like, how you doing? What's going on with you? No, it's always about them and their things. And am I talking about myself right now? No, I ask people. I know how people are doing. I actually probably am asking too often. But I feel like it's almost kind of like this energy. Where are you? Right over here. This energy over here is like warning you. This is a person that I don't think that they're necessarily predatory in the way that like they're putting on all of this show to like seduce you and just mislead you and get what they want from you. I mean, kind of, but not in a way that feels super icky. I feel like this person just doesn't really know how to be a good friend or to be like a partner or in a relationship. I feel like they're good at getting to that point, right, where they get the in, they kind of link up with somebody or whatever, but after that, it's crickets. You start to see that there's not a lot going on behind the facade. And if there is, they're like hidden way in the back corridor somewhere. And I don't know that you are willing to go searching for this person. Because I feel like it's almost like you've gotten the ick. What does the ick mean? It's that feeling, that icky feeling. Ugh, don't touch me. Ugh. Everything I thought I knew about you. Now I have to wonder, was it because you are mirroring? Or is it because I am just so, self-involved that I'm seeing myself in you? Oh, what a predicament. It happens though. Unfortunately, it is one of the things that happens when you are awakening spiritually, emotionally. You are healing. You're, getting rid of those old conditionings, those old coping mechanisms, those old paradigms and lenses you used to look through to see the world. And guess what happens? A lot of times you start to see things for what they are, or at least in that version, because it will change again, right? It keeps transforming. The longer we look at something, it will continue to transform. So, excuse me. So, I feel like where the snakes are at here, it is the knowledge. And I'm sorry, I'm taking a little drinky drink here. A little bit of my ice water. I'm on an ice water kick, you guys. I love ice. I don't know. It's just been a hot one. This summer has been hot. But yeah, the snakes are all about the knowledge, right? Coming into the knowing. But here is also the thing. I feel like the snake, and this is not just the knowledge, I feel like the snake is also about you noticing how you react to this and how are you going to proceed. I feel like you have the instinct to really just kind of go no contact with this person or push them out of your life or leave them or whatever. And I don't think you would be wrong necessarily. I don't know the particulars, but you got to do what you got to do, right? Especially if you feel unsafe or it's just, we've all had those moments in life where we see things for what they are and we realize, okay, this is not for me. I'm going to get right up out of here. So I feel like this is a place where, yeah, you're making a decision. Now, I do feel also though, right, that snake, we're going with that snake, that this could be maybe a place where if you feel safe, of course, let me emphasize this. If you feel safe, when you get the like Scooby-Doo unveil of somebody and it's like the monster masks keep coming off, but there's more monsters underneath, and you start to really realize that, get out of there. Don't do any work there. That's not a place to be doing any kind of self-work. But if it is somebody that, maybe you're just realizing this is like a really insecure person. This is somebody who just does not know themselves or does not have the confidence to show themselves, right? And we all know people like that too. Like, we've all been that person. We've all been in grade school. You remember that feeling. So sometimes we have to give grace. Now, it might not be easy or, it might be a lot of work and time. It's time consuming to reacquaint yourself with somebody. But I do feel that this is maybe at least worth considering slowing down and not just, cut the cutoff, right? Nobody's good at the cutoff game like a Scorpio, right? You don't stick around for no BS. That's true. And I envy that about you. That's the other better part of you than us Virgos, because we will try to fix it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. It's tiring. All right, let's see. Now we have the Puppet Master right up here. So I do feel like you just have it. You have things coming from all directions. I feel like you have somebody that it feels like a sibling. Or like a cousin, or like somebody you had to be around, or you have to be around. But there's just an animosity. there's an animosity there. And I'm looking at this, it's the head, the arms are up here, and there's two birds. So there is a message, but I just feel like there's like tears, so many tears. And to me, it almost kind of feels like there's so much animosity. But we have a sled right up here. We have the sled. We have the dog and we have the bird. I feel like the loss of somebody in the last couple of years, maybe a grandparent, a parent, I feel like it has brought you together. I'm wondering if this person is a Taurus. So we have we have a really earthy energy. I feel like where at times you used to be really at odds, I feel like now it's like, yeah, it's not your favorite person in the whole world. I mean, maybe they are. I don't know. But I feel like their personality, like you guys are just a titch off where there's always the room to bicker. Right? But I feel like you've reined it in. You've gotten older. You maybe don't bicker as much. And you come back from your disputes much more quickly. Okay, so I do feel like there will be kind of a gathering coming up, some travel involved. I do feel like you are planning to. I almost wonder if you're going to a new place this year. Like maybe before it used to be so-and-so who had the holidays or whatever. Now, then you had the holidays. And now you guys all just kind of want to go on a trip or something. Like I feel like it's outside of your normal routine. And we have the name, I almost think it's like Raya, or maybe it's Ryan, or we have RYA. So Ryan, Raya, Ria, I don't, some name like this. And we have the Trickster, the goat with the snake. So I do feel that the family bond coming closer, there is a sense of healing. There's a sense of actually looking forward to seeing your family maybe, or your group of friends or whatever. I feel like this has been a newer development because I feel like you come from a place or time where there was just a lot going on, and I feel like there's a sense of never getting deeply connected in ways that maybe now are more available. Like I feel like you can finally have deep conversations. Like maybe that's not something you ever did with like your siblings or your parents or whatever. And I almost kind of feel like a lot of it had to do with like there's maybe a lot of people in the house. There's a sense of just like trying to get by through the day a lot of times. And there wasn't a lot of room for all of that. And I wonder if even like your parents came from a situation that was like a huge struggle. And, they spent their lifetime trying to like build something up for their family. But I do feel like in this next time, there's just such a coming together, putting aside differences and really allowing yourself to embrace that warm feeling that you have with your family members, you know. Now, we also have this energy of the trickster in your life. So we have a dude here with a pipe kind of thing and stuff coming up. So plant medicine, this is telling me there's vision, right? Not necessarily that you're partaking in plant medicine or any kind of sacred medicine or mind-altering medicine, but it can be that this is purely through meditation, breath work, dreamscapes, just by happenstance, maybe a fever dream or, something like this. But I do feel that you have a coyote-like spirit around you, wildly changing, shifting, looking at like different things all the time. And at times telling you what you want to hear and at other times telling you the opposite. And so I feel like there is a great fondness for this intelligence in your life. I think you have a lot of, it really it stokes the fires in you. I feel like it's almost kind of like a game of tag or hide and seek or, something where you're very, you get very engaged with this energy. So I feel like this is a happy return. But we also have the goat who's holding the snake in its mouth. So to me, this is very much about returning also to this Hierophant energy, which is so much about, to me anyhow, consistency, about being devoted to your work, the path, right? This is like a person that leaves modern life, right, to go sit on a mountaintop, or leaves to go join the clergy, or go on a pilgrimage to walk barefoot through the Alps or something, something that most of us couldn't understand. How do you do it? Why would you do it? What the heck are you doing, singing, feeling out there, right? This is a person who has one foot in the wilderness and one foot in the temple, right? So to me, this is also an indicator that you are turning towards something deeply moving. I feel that there will be some kind of opportunity for you that is going to emerge. It maybe will rekindle an old practice. Like if you, I don't know, maybe you were really into meditation, like when you were in grad school, right? And you did it, 3 times a day, and you were, just super immersed in the world and the world of meditation, right? Like whatever strand of it you might have partaken in. And then, you got into life and it became less and less, of a priority until maybe you haven't meditated in years. And then suddenly you have this opportunity to go do a class or come to this retreat, let's get started again, and I feel like this will be something, if you so choose to follow it, something that will feel most beloved to you, like returning back to a home that you didn't really remember even, right? All of a sudden you feel like, oh yeah, this is it right here. I can tell you where I have felt that recently. I got into cycling like a year ago, or not even a year ago. I guess it's been since December. And And I love it. It just, I never knew I would be somebody that was super into riding. And so anyways, like I had challenged myself to be doing about 15 miles a day, which it varies. Okay, I'll just be real with you. I don't always do 15 miles a day, but when I do, which most days I can, and I do, I have started to hit that like flow point, the bliss point in my mind. Sometimes it's not bliss. I've had panic attacks even when I get to that point, like because it gets so emotional. Oh my gosh, things just feel like they're pouring out of my chest, right? Like a vortex opens, and it just starts to come up. It's like it's coming out of my core, my being, coming down my throat and just pouring out of me, right? And I feel lighter. And sometimes I feel even adorned, like I'm wearing the jewelry of my emotions. Like I took some of that suffering, that fear, and that's it for me a lot of times. Oh, I don't make myself cry, but that's what it is a lot of times. The fear, the uncertainty, the feeling of, this is a big one for me. This is something I've been working on recently that's really emerged in the sacred work. But the feeling of being hunted. Yeah. I don't, just that. And it is. We all have it. It's instinctual. Some of us have been gifted circumstances that allotted to us the wonderful PTSD or CPTSD, and our nervous systems are, whoo. But I feel for you. I feel for you that there's a ripping open, a pouring out, something similar. I understand this feeling because I have been experiencing it myself recently. And it vacillates between sometimes joyous and sometimes absolute torment. But I feel like there's just something in you that is so alive. And there's no taming it. And here's the beauty, is that you don't want to tame it. And you know that about yourself. And it's beautiful, it's wonderful, and it is a sight to behold. And honestly, I can't wait to see what you do in this next cycle of time as you are emerging into this other part. Now, I keep seeing birds with you. All through the reading, there are so many birds. And I feel that you have a message. That's just the thing. Now, the Hierophant is also, sometimes a missionary, a prophet of sorts. I don't like saying the name missionary. Even though I'm out here speaking my beliefs to some degree, I don't know. I'm Native American. What can I say? I don't, colonization of any kind of the mind especially. Not my favorite. But that being said, there are more indirect ways. There are ways to put the things out there. And people come. They are attracted to you. Like a lighthouse. You have a message. I guarantee you, by this time next year, you're going to be doing something that involves you speaking this message, writing this message, creating something. I mean, man, you could start making memes. I don't know. That's actually probably the best way to get your message out there. Encoding memes, baby. Make those memes into them sigils and charge them things. Send them out all over the planet. You know how we do. But something, you're going to be getting your voice out there. You are. And people will pay attention. I know that. Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to do our sacred lucky numbers for the day. Number 21, number 13, 21, 13, and, oh, you went around the thing. 31, nice. We got 13 and then 31. I love that kind of symmetry. All right, let's see, what else? Oh yes, our Wild Offerings Oracle cards, and I'm just going to go ahead and flip through. Stop where it feels right, and it says sanctuary. A sanctuary resides inside you no matter what is happening. A sanctuary resides in you no matter what is happening. Oh, yes. I'm sorry to groan. Oh, the inner temple. This inner temple beckons you to enter. Take a deep breath. Enter and sit down on the throne of your own heart. On the throne of your own heart. I'm here for it. We got that Hierophant energy. We got that building up and accessing of the inner temple. Baby, you got it going on. You really do. You have all of the pieces. You have the key. You are ready. You are ready. It is all coming into alignment for you. This is going to be the opportunity to make that big shift that you keep trying for, that you keep planning for, that I wish I could just finally just live in the way that I want to be who I want to feel how I want to just be out there and open and doing my thing. And I'm tired of performing. I'm so tired of performing for people, you know? And so we live in our truth. We live authentically. We live in our true will, whatever that looks like, if they like it or not. What matters here is that you're doing what makes sense to you. You're doing what makes you feel alive. We are living in a time that is increasingly complicated, complex. There's more and more information. And a lot of people without the computing systems to really take even a fraction of that in, right? We were not readied for this onslaught of the world that we live in right now. But we're all trying. And I see in people, I see it every day. I talk to people, I get emails from people every day that are telling me, I'm tired of performing for people. I'm tired of living a life that's not for me. I'm tired of being in somebody else's world. I'm tired of wearing the masks. I'm tired of making myself small. I'm tired of putting up with, insert whatever. We all have our so many things, right? So this is the time. This is our call to action. And what is the revolutionary thing? It's being ourselves. It's being who we are in all of our many shifting forms. Scorpio, I love you. If you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, please take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Go with ease. Don't be afraid to stop and take a break. Rest up, rest up, rest up. Because tomorrow, we have to be brave. Good night.